Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30
Hey, hey.
King Roman News.
Hey. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. I'm mad. I be out in public saying that shit. Let's go. Let's start this show. Good morning. Good morning, news crew. Thank you all for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. It is Monday. It ain't quite 6:30 a.m., but I am here. For certain. Shout out to you all. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for tuning in. I got a lot of great topics. They are in the description box below. Check them out. Couple of local news, but mostly hot topics. And I want to shout out to the members. Thank you for your continued support. We got like a couple of new members over the weekend. Thank you for your continued support. All of that means so much to the channel. You continue to help me grow and develop ideas and switch up the flow and do different things. So I want to thank you for that. A lot of things have happened since the last time I've been live. So I'm going to talk about a lot of things that I found to be interesting, maybe old news to you, but it's hella interesting to me. And, I always trying to find an interesting way to cover some stuff. So that's what we'll get in today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I don't know if I shared with you all. I think I told you all this before, that one of my very close friends, damn near, I don't even call him a best friend, but like a brother, was moving to Texas. And this was the weekend he moved, this past weekend. So we had a little get together and my mood was totally down this weekend. I was trying to get drunk and not think about it. But it's weird because as I kept talking to him, I kept saying, when I come to Texas, when I move to Texas, when I'm there, and I'm like, we're gonna have to pick up lab again, because we called our little clique laugh at a bitch, LAB. Every time we go out, we be laughing at bitches, and so we called us a little lab. So it's funny because I'm saying, like, damn, am I really consciously, subconsciously telling myself I'm about to move to Texas? Like, what the fuck? So that's what I've been up to this weekend. I hope you all have had a great weekend. I hope you all watched. I don't know if you all watched the VMAs. I caught a glimpse of it. I only really watched Nicki Minaj part, but it was okay. We'll talk about a little bit of it. Ish, good motherfucking morning. Aries, what up? What up with you, sir? With a birthday coming up in what, Friday? Yeah, your birthday Friday, right? I'm definitely gonna be live. We're gonna play Virgo's Groove for you. Shout out to you. I don't know how old you turning, but shout out to you. Thank you for being here. What up, darling Tiana? Thank you. Good morning. I hope you have a great week too. Good morning, Brick Girl. Hey, boo. What's poppin'? Good morning to you. Thank you for coming through. What's up, Kimberly Black? Headed to work, headed out to work, but listen on the way. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day at work too. I messed around and took the day off. Not messed around, but I needed it. I need a day that's Monday through Friday where I'm not thinking about anything work because it's just a lot going on. And every day I feel like I'm at work, I'm getting thrown some more stuff. Oh, by the way, can you do this? Oh, by the way, can you do this? So it's like I just needed just give me a day. What up, Nate? Good morning to you. What up, Mimi? Good morning, Mimi. Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you too. Yes, it is. All right. So before I begin, I've been talking about Black owned business. This is Black owned business month, and I always want to pay tribute to Black owned businesses. So a couple of years ago, the first Black water brand was put in a store. Now they had a lot of issues getting put into a store. Several retailers would not listen to them. Now this Black family owned a natural spring. And so they tried so hard to monetize this spring, bottle the water up, So they finally got with a chemist and they were able to get their product out 2 years ago. No, 4 years ago, 2018. I don't know why I'm thinking it's 2020. Back in 2018. And now it's in stores. So I know we all are. It's the summer, it's hot. So I wanted to figure out something where you can be in the store. Maybe you can look down the aisle and know that you're purchasing a Black owned brand. So we have Black owned bottled water brand makes history as the first to be sold in Walmart. And this is Dr. Shayla Creer, the co-founder of Live Alkaline Water. Now, she partnered with the family who owned the spring. And so they were able to get this bottled water, Live Alkaline, into the stores. And, she's really happy about it. As I set this show up for Friday, I went over the weekend to see if I could find a product in the store, and I couldn't find it in a store near me. But if you find one, be sure to support them, even if it's just buying a case or not. But I think this is a really good thing. I was trying to find out like a Black owned product that was unique, that there weren't many Black owned individuals on the market. Another thing I want to celebrate in Black owned, just being Black and beautiful and all those great things, is we got our first youngest pilot. Now he's from Washington, D.C. He's 17 years old, and he went to an 8-week academy this summer. Most kids were out playing, having a great time. He ended up going to an 8-week summer program, waking up at 5 a.m. and doing a written and flying test. And he was able to receive he applied to get the Air Force Academy. He was able to receive his pilot's license. And what's so interesting about this story is that he said he was the only Black individual in his class. And so he wants to motivate other folks, to come to the class. What he said was, when I was actually at the camp, there weren't any other Black people there. Being a minority in this program provided motivation to be a role model to let others who look like him know that their dreams and aspirations are within reach. His advice to those striving to reach new heights is, please keep doing any opportunity that you have, because you never know how the outcome may go. So I definitely wanted to share this clip. I'm all about the kids. I'm all about supporting them. So I want to share this with you all really, really quickly. Check this story out. You go, boy. Told you they be motivating me. Get up off my ass and do some shit. I'm not sure why it's frozen. I'm sorry, I must have froze. Boy, it don't matter what I do. Upgrade my laptop, upgrade my Wi-Fi, upgrade everything. It don't matter.
For a minute, kids have dreams of becoming a pilot, but how about achieving that dream at age of 17? Well, I'm joined now by someone who did just that, Christopher Ballinger,
who is
who's
among
among
one of the youngest pilots in our country,
thanks to an Air Force Junior ROTC Flight Academy program. Good morning and big congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you.
And shout out to your mom, too, who's here in studio with us. She's capturing all the videos, all the pictures. So proud, and we're proud of you as well.
Thank you.
So tell us, Christopher, how did you do this? How did you pull it off? And when did you first realize that you had this as your dream?
Yeah, so I think I realized I had it as my dream since about 9th grade. I've always loved, roller coasters, video games, and in there you can fly all the time. And so I think since then I just love flying ever since. And I started it, so I applied for something called Aim High Flight Academy. And in there, I got sent off to the JROTC program, which is an 8-week program where you can get your pilot's license. So, yeah, it was pretty exciting.
So tell me.
If y'all don't understand what I just had to do in the background, I hope the video played. I had to reset everything, bring up all my tabs again. I don't understand. Maybe I'll be having too many tabs open. Whatever. But shout out to Christopher for joining that program. I think that's an awesome program for parents out there looking for their child to do something that might be of interest. Check out, he did that shit and it wasn't a problem for him. So just imagine what your child and folks can do. I wish I was exposed to this kind of stuff when I was younger. I'm telling you, I think I would have been a lawyer. I think I would have been somewhere in the political field. Not that it's ever too late, because I'm telling you, they really inspire me. But I think I would have had my interest elsewhere. So shout out to him. Hey, Voodoo, good morning to you. Thank you for coming through. It was good to see you. Thank you. All right, now moving right along. So I think I posted a video. I shared a video about the student loans. And so you know how Biden gave this plan. What do you all think about that? I'm so interested to know. What do you all think about this Biden student loan policy? $10,000 off your student loan or $20,000 off for Pell Grant. I mean, it's something, but it's just not nearly enough. That's my opinion. Well, the GOPs they were having none of it. And so White House started targeting the GOP lawmakers. They started posting tweets of their different student loans that were forgiven. And a lot of them, like Marjorie Greene, posted her student loans that were forgiven. I think it was another representative from one of the southern states posted her student loans as well. And so they weren't having any of this. And I said, wow, now the White House wants to fight. Now all of a sudden you want to fight. Out of all the times we needed y'all to fight, this is the time y'all choose to fight. So I thought that was interesting. Just a touch over it. Here's one of the tweets that I said, look at the White House being messy. Congressman Matt Gaetz had 482,000 in PP loans forgiven. And so you complaining about us wanting $10,000. Here goes Marjorie Greene. I can't stand her. And so Congressman woman Marjorie Greene had 183,000 in PPP loans forgiven. And so again, this isn't debt that you have to pay back. This is debt that you incurred and now it's forever forgiven. And so now y'all mad because we want more of our debt, additional layers of our debt removed. So when I see stuff like this, it just makes me just look at them even more with more scrutiny. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all out here getting everything under the sun forgiven, and we just asking for a little Peasley little more. So screw them. I don't know if y'all heard this story too. Now we got to get into this Walmart settlement. So Walmart recently settled with this black man for the tune of $4.4 million. Now, he alleged that he had faced some criticism in the store. And a jury in Oregon had ordered Walmart to pay $4.4 million in damages to this black man. Now, in a lawsuit filed against the retail, he alleged that he was followed around a Walmart. Now, let's be frank. How many of us can actually say we've been followed around, not just any store, but in a Walmart? I know for a fucking fact, me, myself, and I, when I go into like those kind of stores, especially this fucking giant near me. And what's sad is the person that follows me around the store, he looks like me. He's black. So one day I had to tell him, bro, I ain't in here to steal shit. When I'm still not at a grocery store, let's be real. Oh, no, I'm just walking the aisles. You happen to be walking the aisle I'm in, and every time I move to another aisle, you see me. The fuck is this shit? So that's the reason I wanted to bring the story up, because if you experience this stuff, look what this man did. I don't care if they white, black, whatever it is. Look what this man did. He brought a whole fucking lawsuit against them. And I was so proud of him, because clearly in the video clip we're about to watch, this was racism. This was high racism. And then as they're interviewing other folks to figure out, to determine what this man was doing, they're figuring out, they're seeing more and more folks saying that, oh yeah, this man was committing some racism. Now why I can't share my screen now? Why are we doing this morning? Why y'all doing me like this morning?
What did I say? What did I say to threaten you? What did I say? No, I didn't say anything to threaten you. What did I say? What did I say?
If I keep watching, you're gonna slap the shit out of me.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And I'm gonna go find this other couple here, and I'm gonna ask them if.
Now, did y'all notice that the dude flat out his mouth said flat out that if I keep following you, you're gonna slap the shit out of me? The man did not say that at all. But see how easy it is to lodge that kind of lie towards someone like me and him for your case of stalking and harassing someone in the store because we want to shop and you think we're here to steal. Bitch, I be getting angry about shit like that. This really got me. I saw this and I was like, you did the right thing, brother. Because I know you and I.
If I said that, I'm gonna find this other couple here, and I'm asking if I said that. Yeah, I am recording because you're saying something that I didn't say. So you too. So you telling me right now. So you telling me right now he's gonna trespass me from this property for what reason?
Because he wants to.
Because he wants to.
So what the sheriff's
now, before I play the rest of this video, this is the interesting part right here. They deposed the sheriff, they deposed the store manager, and they deposed someone else from the store. And they're asking, does this man lie? Does he has a history of lying when he, making false claims, calling the police when there's really no issue, to build the narrative that this man was really indeed racially profiling? And I love this shit because the police officer was frank, the other store guy was frank, but it was that store manager. See, I caught her. She was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, sorry, ma'am. You and your poor fucking lies got this man 4.4 million. And to answer your question, Aries, is he single? Stop it. Stop. Because if you see the man, you ain't gonna be saying, is he single? Oh, he's so crazy. Check this out. Is he single?
He just basically said that Joe had the tendency to exaggerate when he was making the calls to get law enforcement assistance, and that he just wanted to bring that to Kelly's attention.
Is that a serious matter or a trivial matter?
I would call that serious.
Are you aware of any reason why Joe Williams wasn't fired after you talked to the police officer?
I'm not aware. No.
I got that from a couple of firsthand experiences where I was one of the deputies who showed up to a call, and then the vast majority of it came from deputies on my shift who had become extremely frustrated with a pattern of behavior that they had identified of Mr. Williams calling 911 to report.
Now, y'all hear that, right? The police in this town already have had suspicion of this man making these false complaint calls. So now this case is built up. So I'm going to speed this up so you can see what this store manager says. So now you got the police who actually comes on site. You have the sheriff's office who actually validated some of these claims. Now, look what Walmart's store manager had to say. Oh, raggedy head ho. I can't. These the ones that I get in arguments when I'm in the store with. These are this right here. This is it. This dun da da da.
Have you ever had anyone
meter
suggest to you that Joe Williams is not a credible person?
No.
No one's ever suggested to you that things that he says should not necessarily be believed. Is that true?
No.
Walmart ordered
No.
to pay a local man nearly $4.5.
No. No. So now what's even worse is this guy. He was I think it was like a risk, worked at a youth center. He was a risk youth counselor for one of the at-risk youth. So he was a counselor. Stop calling me boy. He was a counselor. And so he's already hyped up and I'll just say he's already woke. So when he's in the store and he sees this, he's already recording, already getting it popping. So he stayed the course. He filed this lawsuit, I think it was a year ago, and he stayed the course and got his payday. Baby, do you know how many of us will be paid, knocked off? How many more millionaires Black America would have if we pay attention to the actual what is happening to us and how you are breaking the law and how I can now assert my legal right in the court of law? Do you know how many of us would be actual millionaires? And me and my friend were talking about this. I was like, I know it's just that's a really hard thing to fight. I even say to myself, not every fucking issue I'm going to stop and say, okay, I'm about to sue you. But this man took the fucking time and he sued a large organization and they saw fit and they, shout out to him. Mad props to him. I love shit like that. I love seeing it. I really do. I always tell you, hurt people where it really matters. $4.4 million shots. He's single. They only focus on following Black people. Sadly, I experienced this as well. It's crazy. It is so crazy. It'd be the craziest thing. And then you be looking like, are you really? And they act like you don't know what's going on. Bruh, are you really going to do this today? Hey, Cash Apps and bullshit. Linda B, what's good? I had a favorite store I used to go to in my town, but it got too much with them following me every time I shopped there. So I stopped shopping there, period. They don't understand how annoying it is. Why are you over here? Hey, do you need, I'm in CVS the other day. The lady couldn't wait to come ask me, do I need help? I literally just walked in with my dog. Now, you really think I'm about to steal something with my fucking dog? Like, let's just be for real, for real. Like, come on. I was in there looking for some Orajel because I'm in there like, this shit is painful as hell. I'm in there looking for Orajel. This bitch following me. I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, if this pain wasn't this bad, I would have words for you, but I don't even have it. I don't have it in me. Let me go grab this Aura. Let me get out your way, ma'am. Good morning, boo. It's good to see you. Well, Joe's exaggerations cost him $4.4 million. Lena, she couldn't brush her hair for this meeting or open her mouth. Stop it. No. She's the exact person that I get into it when I'm in them stores. I think more of us need to do this because people listen to when they're losing. Yes, they do. Linda B, yes, they do. I think it's so important for us to realize this. It's not just the slip and falls. You go in the store, you slip and fall, you get medical bills and a settlement out of that. Yeah, but you can cause yourself some harm. But you go into Home Depot or you go into one of these larger stores and you start getting followed and you start recording them and ask them, why are you following me? Baby, is this evidence? Because the next thing you say will be submitted in the court of law. So yeah, I absolutely think it was great on his part. Now, let's move these local stories along. So I had to talk about, I couldn't wait till Wednesday. Did y'all hear about the Florida cop who resigned after pointing the gun at the pregnant Black woman in front of her children? We're going to watch the video, but let's have a little dialogue about it. This shit right here is so very, very much so clear of why it's great for us to use the recording in recording police officers' interactions. This man felt like he was just ace fucking boom coon. And it's crazy because that's not just him. That's all police officers. This was just a small mirror and small glimpse in one population, one civilization in Florida of how police officers interact with Black people. He had the fucking audacity to get out the car and go, I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care if you're pregnant or not. And that's why you tried to resign before they could fire your ass. So they asked for him for his resignation, for him to basically forcing him to resign, because as they got light of this situation that was going on, he already knew he was in the wrong. All of the stuff they heard on the cameras, I'm sitting here thinking like, are you fucking kidding me? One thing he said was, I ain't worried. I got my gun here. That's what he said on the camera. Bradford County, and his name is Jacob DeSue. And so let's get into this clip real quick. And shout out to this woman. First of all, she's married, she's educated, she already had 3 kids in the back of the car, smart enough to have one start recording. And the reason she didn't immediately pull over was because in America at that time of night, and you pull in, she already admitted that she was speeding. She was driving 75 in a 55 mile per hour lane. Yeah, ma'am, you were speeding, and you had kids in the car. Now, you know, I always wondered why she was out in the media talking about, oh, it was my fault. I know I was in the wrong. I know I was in the wrong. You know why? Because you have kids. And that could have been a bigger thing. You speeding with them damn kids and you're pregnant in the back of the car. Do we need to have services out here to talk to you about how wrong that is? So yeah, I was glad that she addressed that. But ma'am, no, that ain't your fault. That police officer could have handled that differently, issued you a traffic citation, and then let you go. That didn't happen that way. And so she put her hazards on and she drove to the nearest lit station. Now, I would have told my TT that. My TT is a well older woman, well older than 80, close to 80 years old. And so I can't even imagine her driving from Rochester to Buffalo for some engagement with her friends and driving back at nighttime and get pulled over. God fucking forbid, in some area where it's not heavily lit. Oh my God, I would go crazy. So the thought for this woman to find a place to pull over that was safe, lit, people could watch, she got witnesses. The fuck is wrong with that? No, because you felt like you need respect. Oh, because you're a fucking bigot. That's what it is. I'm not talking about all police officers. This one in particular is a fucking bigot. Yes, he is a prime example of that shit. You felt like what? You needed to be respected. What was wrong with him just getting out the car saying, ma'am, nah, I stopped you way back there. Now, well, why? What? And listening to her reason. As she tries to give you a reason, you have nothing to say. I don't care. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, you right to resign. Yeah, you right, brother. You right. And I hope this woman, for all sake and purposes, look into what legal options she has. I don't give a fuck if, yeah, she was speeding, but yeah, maybe that interaction between her and police authorities, maybe that we need to look at that. So let's check this one out. That shit, it boiled me because I'm sitting there thinking like, why, you know, it's enough for us black men. Yeah, we definitely gonna get it. We gonna get that shit. But a pregnant black woman, you wouldn't have damn near did that to no pregnant white woman. And I'm not trying to be offensive or divide the topic, but that would have not happened. That interaction would have not happened. You'd have felt, he would have first empathized because she's carrying a child. He would have probably looked at her like, oh, okay, I get it. But because she's black, you expect this level of, nigga, don't you know your taxes is paid by some way, somehow by her? In some portion, somewhere up along the span, she paying Florida taxes, you sheriff. The fuck is wrong? That's why I have that entitlement of when I look at people like, yeah, I'm paying you, so let's have I call police not with the intent to be belittled. No, nigga, this is your job. Do your fucking job. That's how I feel. I don't never have that. Hey sir, no sir. Even when I'm walking past with my dog, it ain't no never. Hey, how you doing? It ain't no quick to do none of that shit. You doing your job. I shouldn't even speak to you. That might be considered frivolous. You should be doing your fucking job. That's what I be having, that whole mentality. Like, I hope he watching the trial. What you doing out here chilling? Told y'all I called the police on them speed racers. They speed racing in our neighborhood. The police officers are out here watching it. I was on that motherfucking phone so quick. I was heated, baby. I was like, whoo, you don't do your fucking job. Cause see, if that been me or somebody else, quickly would have called on me. So hell yeah, I'm calling on y'all. You gonna get the fucking call. That's how I feel. So let's get into this clip. I'm telling you, this shit makes me really, really bothered. It bothers me. Asshole. And I've been through shit like this before in my own life. What the fuck? What is going on with my computer?
A Florida sheriff's deputy has resigned, coming under fire after a traffic stop involving a pregnant woman. The officer following the woman on a dark rural road before she pulled over, then pulling out his gun and handcuffing her 3 children in the car. And tonight, what the sheriff is now saying about that deputy's actions. Here's ABC's Faith Beauvais.
I'm pregnant, sir. I'm 4 months pregnant.
Okay.
Tonight, a Florida sheriff's deputy is off the job after this harrowing moment when he pulled a gun on a pregnant woman during a traffic stop.
You make any movement, that'll be your last mistake you're going to make.
Ebony, Washington, coming to a stop here at this Bradford County gas station after Deputy Jacob DeSue tried pulling her over Friday night for speeding.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. My cousin tell me nothing. Your excuse means nothing to me right now. I don't want to hear it.
Washington explaining she was scared of stopping in the dark, but the deputy appears angry, accusing her of being, quote, shady for not stopping immediately when she heard his siren and flashing lights.
I'm just telling you why. Because I don't care about why. Just shut up.
Washington's 3 children, including a 1-year-old in the SUV at the time, one of them recording the terrifying moment.
She didn't say anything.
The mother of 3 saying she partly blames herself for speeding, but is still shaken.
I was so nervous, so scared. I mean, the gun part, it was just too extreme for me.
The officer later removed Washington's handcuffs and issued her a citation for speeding. Bradford County Sheriff Gordon Smith saying his review of video of the incident shows Deputy DeSue's actions were inappropriate and inconsistent with department policy.
She explains to him, she's flashing lights to get to a lit area. Okay, well, that's what I want my wife to do. That's what I want.
Period. That's on period. You would want anybody's wife to do that same thing, and she's pregnant. So I'm glad he resigned. I really want us to do more shit like this. Like, force these motherfuckers to get to that uncomfortable place where they are racially profiling, or they are being inappropriate or misconduct, or not carrying themselves like a police officer. So shout out to this woman. The only thing you did do wrong was speeding. Yeah, you're right. You should have known better than that. All that other shit, don't carry that burden. Your child back there crying, he telling you shut up. Who the fuck? Hold up now. I ain't in jail. I'm not a criminal. What are you doing? Don't talk. That's how I be. I hate that shit. I hate it so much. I really do. Yes, I saw that story about the pregnant woman. It's so crazy. I like what the officer in authority, can't remember his title, said in response. He said, I would instruct my wife to do the same thing if she pulled over at night. Absolutely. He was shouting and she was responding in a normal tone, and very respectful, very educated, very respectful. Thank you. Oh my, crazy, ridiculous. What you didn't hear in the video is when they were on the road and he was asking her to pull over. He said that he would put her in the ground. He was in. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. That lets you know that it's not even just about you wanting to pull me over for this traffic stop. You're now going far and beyond. This is becoming more emotional to you. Why is this becoming more emotional to you? Why you could radio in somebody else to come aid and assist you, but instead you want to become emotional and you want to put somebody in the ground because they ain't listening? Who, I wonder, are you beating your wife, sir? That would be my next question. Can I talk to your wife? Are you beating her up? Because you give me, like, you command respect all the way the fuck around. That's ridiculous. I cannot imagine. I could not imagine. And I'm sure her husband felt some kind of way about it too. Like, wow, now my wife got this shit out here forever, ever. What up, Zap? Good morning, Zap. It's good to see you. You up early. Wow, just wow. This could have gone so wrong. Yeah, it could have. It really could have. So I think she did the best thing she could in a situation like this. Unfortunately, we do have these big ass cops. I have them where I am as well. They don't fuck with me like that. Now we're going to switch over to hot topics. I dropped all of the hot topics in the comment box below. A lot to cover. A lot of crazy shit's been going on. The first story I want to get to, though, y'all, is Octo Dad. Did I have to call the man Octo Dad? Octo Dad. So Nick Cannon is expecting his 10th child with Britney Bell. Now, this at this point is not even a shock or a surprise. Not to me at all, at least in the least bit. So he's expecting his 10th child. All the moms seem to be getting along. This one will be his third one with Brittany Bell. You know, they have 2 other kids together. She's in her 3rd trimester, and they posted a beautiful little video clip on their Instagram. He wrote time stop and this happened. Yeah, I'm sure time stop and you did what you need to do. I'm sure that's what it is. He's also expecting from Abby De La Rosa and due in October, and she posted a little funny little thing on her Instagram story. It was a video clip saying that how Nick Cannon is some comedian, Nick Cannon is birth of the nation, and she put Nick Cannon's out here trying to start Generation C, which is Generation Cannon. So I said, that sounds like a TV show to me, Generation Cannon. And you have all the moms and the kids on the show. But apparently they're getting along fine. Everyone has decided to just take care of their own family, be responsible for their own, and there's no diversity, no division. Apparently, I'm waiting to hear all the juicy details about this shit. And Nick Cannon decides how he's gonna spend his time between the moms and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, this talk about an open relationship. This is wide the fuck open. Like, I just can't imagine. I mean, do you feel loved? Would be my question. Like, do you feel like you getting some time and attention to yourself? Nick Cannon is so reckless and on so many levels. I just don't understand his motivation. His health, I think his health plays a part of it, but I'm like, wow, these women, I'm very shocked by how committed they are to Nick Cannon in this way. You know, fuck how they feel. It appears to me, fuck how I feel. We're in love, whether you love your other baby moms or not. This is our time together. Let's do what we got to do. I feel sorry for the children. I feel like as long as the mothers are fine with this situation, the children will be happy. I don't think that the children will be a big situation, because I think they're being raised up that this is the way it's going to be. It's sort of like the kids who are raised up in polygamy. They're raised up that that's the standard. I'm not saying this is what they think, but I feel like they're probably going to be accustomed to having a bunch of stepbrothers, or that's what you call them, like stepbrothers and stepsisters. Like, but that's my sister and that's her mommy. I don't know if they call them mommy. That's my mommy too. See, now, line, boundaries crossed. Dial back on that. So nonetheless, shout out to Nick Cannon. Congratulations to you. I wish you and Brittany Bell a successful pregnancy, as well as with Abby De La Rosa. Now, I have a question for you all. I saw this past weekend, and I just was like, I don't know. Do you all think that Usher is the king of R&B? Be honest. Usher happy to wear king of R&B crown. I'm the last of my kind. So he goes on to state this in an interview. He goes, it's all of these incredible artists like Marvin Gaye that will never be forgotten as long as there are breath in my body to breathe. It's all of them. And as a result of that, you want to give me that crown. You tell me who gonna do it better. And he's saying, I am because I've been given a gift that came from God. So I'm gonna tilt my crown, knowing that I'm standing on the shoulders of the likes of Michael Jackson, James Brown, Ronald Isley, Luther, Barry White, Teddy Pendergrass. So I'm like, okay, king of R&B. Do y'all think Usher is the king of R&B? I really want to know. Y'all let me know. Like, for real. Do y'all think Usher is the king of R&B? That's a serious question. Anybody, somebody give me their opinion. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed until I see what you all think. Other folks have gone on to say that Chris Brown could be the king of R&B. However, Chris Brown basically denied that title, saying he appreciated, but that's not something that he has. Then Mario also chimed in and said that he was the king of R&B, saying that talking about relevance and pure talent, you give him a mic, he'll definitely step up to the challenge. And I'm like, okay, sir, you may be stepping on the limb now. Yeah, you might could sing and you did your thing at the versus battle against Omarion, but the king of R&B, I don't know about all of that. I don't know about all of that. Oh, so Usher. Yes to Usher. Okay. Hey, Mr. OB. Bobby Brown is Bobby Brown king of R&B. Okay. And we talking about people who are alive. Nope. No to Usher. Okay. I definitely didn't think I don't think Usher is the king of R&B. Like, not right now. Like, wow, that's a big title. But people were going up for him in the chats and shit, in the comments. He's definitely one. I'm like, yeah, that's everybody from my generation who grew up with him. So the My Way, the Confessions, all of that whole era. But when you start getting out of those eras, it's almost like that defines you as a king of R&B. Um, he hasn't made any massive. Yeah, it was good with Lil Jon. It ushered in a new era of crunk. I think he's talented. I think he could be up there, but I don't think it's his time. I think there's some artists who've been around longer than him who could be deemed the king of R&B. I just don't think it's him. If R. Kelly was doing his thing and wasn't fucking around, he would be up there. But unfortunately, his ass been fucking around. So I don't, that's why I know. That's why Bobby Brown, I looked at, did you see me look like, oh, Bobby? Okay. That was a joke. I love Bobby Brown, but nope. Yeah, Usher. I don't know Usher. I mean, we're gonna have to stick around and see. I wouldn't say it's Usher. I definitely say Chris Brown is not the king of R&B yet, but he's definitely in the top 5 R&B male artists. I'm trying to think who, like, I like Maxwell. I like, cause see, with Maxwell, I can put him in my iTunes and say create a station, and the music that you get from there is beautiful. Like, I suggest anybody, if you want some good R&B music, you just want to cool and sing your ass off, put Maxwell, any of his songs in, and say create a station off of it, and you got yourself. There you go. I say Maxwell. I like Maxwell. I'm trying to go back up. Yeah, the rest of them were like one-hit wonders. Like Joe was a one-hit wonder. Donnell Jones was a one-hit wonder. Genuine was cool. And I like Genuine, but he'd be making an ass out of himself. Who else? If we go back, who else was I bumping? My dear, you do not know me, but I know you very well. Now, let me tell you, he is a different vibe. That's a whole glass of wine and let the wind blow in the back of you while you sit on the lakefront. Jay Parrish, hey, boo. Good morning. It's good to see you. Hot, spicy tea. Good morning. It's good to see you. Joe has hits. He has hits. But I don't know. He's lost in the sauce too. I like Tank. I don't think he's king of R&B right now, but he's really good. Love his album. And don't you dare say Justin Bieber. I saw that in somebody comments, Justin Bieber. Ciao, Justin Bieber. Good morning, William Carruthers. Good morning. Thank you for being here. And I would say for me, it's Usher. Usher, really? Mr. Carruthers, what is your favorite Usher song? Let me ask you that. What's your favorite Usher song? Lots of R&B groups I love. I'm trying to think of what's the Candy Rain? Who made it? You're the raindrop. You're the sea in my candy rain. What was that group? Have you ever loved someone so much? Oh, DeBarge. Yeah, back in the day, I would have been a fan for DeBarge. I surely would have. As a group, Jodeci. Oh my God, Casey and JoJo. I forgot about them, but yes, Jodeci. What? I'm about to have me a whole jam session this morning. I surely am. Yes, Chico DeBarge. So for real. Thank you, Chantel. Good morning. Oh my God, Jodeci for sure. Yes. Throwback by Usher. Ooh. Okay. All right. I think we threw all the male R&B artists out there. There's really no. Let me see who else. Usher is for this generation because his mic do be on. His mic do be on. Guy was the shit. Yes, but I feel like they were all like maybe one or two hits. I don't know, or popular. Maybe it's not by popularity. Happy Monday, Zaire. Happy Monday. Usher. Okay, Usher. Maybe I have to give it to Usher. Because there is a song off of every Usher album that I love. I love the album. I can't think of the album name, but where he has the concrete face of a man. I think it's like Usher the Man. I love that album. That's the album I play. It's a dope album. What about Tony? I would agree, but do you think they would be kings of R&B? Oh, you say yes. Okay. God, I love the song Smile. We're about to have a whole detour. All right. So that's Usher. Him saying he's happy to wear the king of R&B crown. Well, I'm glad I asked you all because this is a whole different perspective. Thinking about it now, he might be, as I'm putting it in perspective, him for this generation. There's really nobody else who can pop R&B with numbers like him. Who else? Who's worldwide R&B? Khaled is way too new. Weeknd is way too new. They didn't have the Drake effect, where they can just rise to being the fucking king of some shit automatically like that. Like they're way too new for that. New Edition. Oh, New Edition. And Boys to Men. Yeah. All right, y'all. All right. I see we got a lot of R&B fans. Oh, Neo. I forgot you. Did you get through that album, the Neo album? Which album you were on? You were on The Man in the Mirror. His first album, I think it was. Because when you told me that, I had to go back and play it. There's a song he got called Fade into the Background on that album too. I love that song. Really a good choices. But as a group, LSG. Oh, you like some of the Vert? What does the S stand for? Yes, Boys to Men. Yes. All right, y'all. All right. So moving on. So I don't know if y'all caught this, but Britney Spears dropped a 22-minute audio message this past weekend addressing her conservatorship. Now, the interesting part of this is, and I'm only going to play like maybe 45 seconds of it, is that she decided that she was getting thrown a lot of money. A lot of people wanted her to come on their show and talk about this, but she's like, for what? She thinks it's silly because in her mind, she's told the story. Her fans have seen the story. So in her mind, it's nothing. So she released this 22-minute audio, baby, detailing everything. And then she deleted it. So she took it off her page and shit. And I'm like, she really is pissed off about. When I listen to this, Britney Spears is really fucking pissed off about what has happened to her. She felt like her years of her life have been taken from her. And for what reason? I think she's still trying to find out what was the valid reason for my dad to do this. So in the part that I want to play, I cannot fucking believe that her father was persuaded by some woman to do this to her, and that her mom played the part of getting Britney to come along and do this shit. And that's how this all sort of was conspired. And it sounds like a fucking scam to me. And so I'm just like, Britney, girl, I don't even know what to say. Like therapy, you need some therapy sessions, but you want to hit a bitch. I know how you feel. You want to take an axe to somebody's neck and just knock their neck the fuck off. And unfortunately, this is your parents. You can't just go knocking your parents' block off. But I mean, I know you feel like it. You might need to go to a gun range. You might need to go to a safari where it's legal and go do you some hunting or some shit, because you feeling the pressure, and I understand. And she's talking about, she even went on, we're not gonna play the whole thing, but she went on to talk about how she was doing shows when she didn't even feel like doing the shows, so she had to muster up the energy and how people would see, you know, she'd be on stage. And I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, girl, I remember talking about, I did a video about her show in Vegas when she was doing the residency. And I remember talking about how she always looked drunk. Well, damn, 2020, I'm come back, I'm looking like, well, no shit. She didn't want to do that shit. And so it just sucks. You know, it's a sucky position to be in. I fucking like Britney. Britney was a part of my musical grow up. Like, I jammed out. I can't tell you how many more times. Dun dun dun. Oh baby, baby, and oops, I did it again. Hey, I play with ya. I went to a Britney Spears concert. Surely did. Enjoyed the fuck out of myself. So I like Britney, and so it's just weird. It's just sad to see her be put up against the wall, not by anybody, by her own fucking parents. Fucking criminal thieves. Just and then want to walk away from it. Okay, I no longer want to be owner of the conservatorship. It's just not that fucking easy. So let me pull this up for y'all real quick. Check this out. Okay. I'm shocked my baby hasn't walked in here yet. And good morning to everybody coming in the room. If y'all wouldn't mind, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to play it at the 3-minute mark. My baby was going off this morning, y'all.
Sitting on the couch, and she said, "We've heard people are coming here today to talk to you. We should probably go, to a hotel or something." And I never really understood what she meant. I didn't believe her. Like, is a lawyer coming here? Who is coming here? Then 4 hours later, there were over 200 paparazzi outside my house videotaping me through a window of an ambulance holding me down on a groomer. I know now it was all premeditated. A woman introduced the idea to my dad, and my mom actually helped him follow through and made it all happen. It was all basically set up. There was no drugs in my system, no alcohol, nothing. It was pure abuse. And I haven't even really shared even half of it. I think the main thing I do remember when it started was my dad's control. He loved to control everything I did. I remember the first day he said, "I'm Britney Spears and I'm calling the shots." And I'm like, alrighty then. My brother was a football player. My dad was really, really hard on him when he was younger.
Baby, that's all I'm gonna show y'all. Check it out. It's on. I retweeted it on my Twitter. If you want to hear the full 22-minute clip, if you were staying like me, you will be into it, sitting there like, what, Britney, what? And so part of me believes that she was drugged up, because I just think that anybody who has resources like that to be just heavily like under the entrapment like that, are you drugged up? And I think they were drugging her up. But 3 parts in that video, that clip that I just played for you. 1, the girl didn't even know the shit was happening to her until 4 hours later, paparazzi was showing up. I mean, she was caught off guard that this all was about to go the fuck down. That lets you know that this was a plan. This was a mastermind plan, very heavily manipulated. Not to mention, she started her career in 99. This happened to her, 2013, 2011, when they put her in a conservatorship. It was early 2010s. So 10 years into her career, you're already trying to plan your own future? Fuck out of here. Second, you mean to tell me some road hoe, some bitch off the street can come tell you, whisper in your ear, hey, go put her in a conservatorship. You be over her money, force her to do some shit. Really? And then mom, it's okay. I'll get her to go along. You old country hoe. I knew I never liked her mother or her father, and for a long time I didn't like it. I barely like Jamie Lynn, the daughter. I barely like her. She gives me hanging around the corner store, looting. So I barely liked her either. And so now to see how all this shit goes down, it's like, y'all some trap, messy ass bitches. Y'all messy. And then the third part of this was control. See, that's what I think this was all about from the get-go. Her father and him wanting to have control. And we didn't really I personally didn't really get to see that he was like that kind of person. Because all in the limelight, we just heard he was over the conservatorship and she wanted out of it. You know, it's all court appointed. And then at the end of it, we hear the fact that he, you know, I'm gonna let her do her thing. So it made him appear to be cooperative. You know, I was just in her best interest. But now to hear that you were very controlling at the start, during her height of her career, all the way through, you was part of this. You were a manipulator. And I hope if there's some way for her to bring a civil case against her parents, I hope she does it. And I hope when I get older, like in my 50s and 60s, I hope there's a documentary about this where she sued the fuck out of her parents. And I'm gonna sit right there with my little nephews and I was there when it all went down. I remember that shit. She deserves it. 13 years of her life gone. Are you kidding me? That shit is painful. You don't get none of that back. You don't get none of that back. Your youthful years, things that you could have done. She said there was opportunities promised to her she couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. I'm sure she wanted to travel and go clubbing. That's what everybody want to do. You know, you a big star. You want to go and be out there, but you can't. You're heavily guarded. What a fucking bunch of nuts. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Remember that. Sweat and Gill. Oh, are you Keith Sweat? Definitely, baby. Yeah, Keith Sweat. Who was the other one? I was looking at the other day and I was like, damn, you still look good. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Ooh, catch myself. Yes, Miss Brother. Same. Okay. Good morning, Kurt Vixen. Good morning. Wow. Crazy. She let it out. I remember her awful MTV Forced. I love listening to you on other channels. You always make me laugh. Not the corner stuff. She does. She really does. Like she loops. What happened to Britney was tragic, but I still think she needs some sort of governance. Her social media instincts are just out there, and she seems gone to an extent. I feel like she's acting. I just feel like she's just. This is what happens when you've been under control for so long. You get a little bit of freedom, and you're trying to express yourself. It's like when people get out of jail and don't know how to use social media, so they posting all kind of shit, pics and memes, all confusion. I think she's just trying to figure it out. And any type of control to her will probably she would probably respond negatively because she's so used to being controlled. So I think she's probably walking that fine line of being controlled versus not being controlled and trusting people too. Like it'll probably be hard for her to trust folks like that again. Considering your mom and dad was the main perpetrators. That's the crazy thing. I think the Britney Spears saga was orchestrated from the beginning. I agree. After listening to her carefully lay everything out, I'm like, oh, absolutely. You know, shit, I might take the 22-minute clip and make a video out of it since it ain't monetized on YouTube and put the whole storyline together with it. I really might. Controlling from the time start. It makes no sense. Hey, Miss Margot, it's good to see you. Happy Monday. Thank you, Hot Spicy Tea, holding it down. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. So let's move on. So from Britney, did y'all get a chance to see the kinkiness of Meg and Caresha? So, I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. What kills me is that it's okay for Caresha and Meg to be on stage asking who gonna fuck who gonna bottom, and who are you gonna bottom? Who gonna bottom? So looking like y'all gay men do it. It's like that's too raunchy for TV, but whatever. We already know it's a male-dominated society. You know all of that shit. That's not my point of talking about it today, but I just thought it was very interesting. So Meg the Stallion shoots her shot at Young Miami, tells her she want to kiss her. You know, Caresha has this show, Caresha, I think it's Caresha Speaks or some shit like that. And so she invited Meg onto her show. Now, before this, we had saw Meg and Caresha on during July on a yacht together, and people saw them hugged up and shit and was like, oh, okay, you know, not too much, but like, okay. Now I get it. You know, they were filming for her show. I mean, you know, basically after filming or before filming, they hung out, you know, got some chemistry going because this was just way raunchy. So I'm gonna share this part of the interview where Young Miami is talking about how certain artists. Now, in my opinion, I think she's talking about Nicki Minaj, but I could be wrong. But she's talking about how certain artists feel like if you as a female rapper work with another female rapper that I don't like, then you technically are considered the fucking ops. Doesn't that sound like the beef sector? Oh, when I saw this, I said, oh, y'all got this catty shit going on too. So that's what she was saying. And the question was, do you agree? And I'm like, absolutely, I agree. I absolutely feel like I agree with what she's saying. Whether she's talking about Nicki or not, I absolutely agree. You know, after Hot Boys, what was it? Hot Girl Summer. It was Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion on that collaborative effort. It was a dope record. Well, then shortly after that, Meg Thee Stallion teamed up with Cardi B on a record. I can't even remember the name of the record. If y'all know the name of the record, can you drop it in the chat? I can't even remember the name. They teamed up, and to some, people think Nicki felt a certain way like about that. Same way she feels about Kanye West with Cardi B. She feels a certain way about this kind of stuff, and it's even more deeper with Nicki and Kanye West. And so she went on to say this statement. And now I want you to listen to see if you think she's talking about Nicki Minaj. And if not, she's just speaking in general. Either or, I felt like she was talking about Nicki. But let's get into this.
Been cool. So you feel like y'all ever be in those type of predicaments? Like you can't work with somebody because you work with somebody else, or you feel like, I feel like just friends in general, like when you know your friend might not feel like so good about somebody, like do you like go out your way to like be like, okay, bitch, I'm not fucking with you, period?
I feel like when you know a person got beef with another person, you want to be loyal. You want to not really get into what they got going on, because it's like, if JT don't fuck with somebody, I don't fuck with you.
That's different. That's like your real.
Oh, you said like as far as artists?
Yeah.
Like as far as like, I feel like we don't got to get into that because they don't have nothing to do with us.
Right.
So I feel like, if y'all got what y'all got going on, it's okay for me to like both of y'all for different reasons.
I feel like I feel like this generation of girls, like it's kind of reminding me of like how the girls was in the 90s. Like I feel like the girls back then, like they didn't even, if they even wasn't on the song, like they were still at the video shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's starting to get back like that. It's no need for nobody to be mad at nothing. Like it's like pointless because we all are different. Like nobody rap like the City Girls. Right. And if you trying to rap like the City Girls, it's very apparent. Like nobody rap like me, nobody rap like Cardi, nobody rap like Koi, nobody rap like nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all got our own lane, and I feel like that's what's so beautiful about us right now. So I feel like it'd be the fans more
it is.
Than anybody. Like they keep it up more than the actual artists. And it got the world thinking like something that's not happening.
Right. Because I remember one time it was like Hot Girl Summer, City Girl Summer. And I'm like,
please God, it's
this
not.
This shit is so bad. Bitch, you're pregnant. What fucking song? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
None of that.
I feel like it was like at one point in the time, me and you, it never was like, I ain't know you ain't know me, but I feel like it would
been cool. So you feel like y'all?
Now, there was a lot of truth in that statement. I absolutely feel like the fans instigate a lot of the beef. And I was just reading Risa's comment. Absolutely, I saw that. You know, I'm on a Barb Stan page. Absolutely, I saw that. And that all stemmed from when Queen Latifah sat her ass down on that fucking Hot 97 radio show and told them that the only reason she heard about the diss record Sheether was because Missy Elliott sent her a text message and said, "Girl, did you hear this?" And when that happened, the Barbs took that as Missy Elliott was trying to support Remy Ma, blah, 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 blah. Then Nicki Minaj gets the Vanguard Award. And then Missy Elliott posts a congratulations to her. Basically, congratulations. No exclamation point, no da-da-da-da-da, no spazazz on the beat. Congratulations, girl. You do you. Now, mind you, Missy Elliott is a fucking legend. She's up there. She ain't got to even congratulate you. I would have just been like, I'd have liked it. That's enough. But she did that. And of course, my Nicki, which is my boo, she responded, I hear them mumbling, cackling. And then she put thanks and blah, blah, all that good stuff. But you know, the mumbling, cackling come from the song. I hear them mumbling, cackling because she's going back to the point where you sending Queen Latifah the Sheetha record. Now you over here congratulating me. So that started a little bit of, that ignited the beef all over again. Then you get Missy Elliott saying what's the difference between a classic and a hit record, and people saying that shade towards Nicki Minaj. Now, I definitely think the young barbs are the ones keeping this up. Some of us don't give a fuck. I know a classic record versus a hit record. Freaky Girl is just like Anaconda. For Nicki Minaj, it's her classic record. For hip hop in its entirety, I don't think it'll be as a classic. Anaconda is on Party Jams, but I don't think it's a classic record. She has other classic records I think she'll forever have. And I don't think it's wrong for a statement, but I feel like her fans, they just feel like you can't say nothing about Nicki. You can't say nothing about Nicki. You can't, don't you dare inkling towards that. And I feel like Nicki Minaj's fans have taunted Megan Thee Stallion. They've taunted the City Girls. And so for that, they all respond a certain way. Like, all right, fuck this bitch. Even Cash Doll. Cash Doll came out like, look, I like Nicki Minaj, but I can't fucking stand her fans. And I sit there and I like the comment because I love Cash Doll. Cash Doll got a new record out. That shit hit so fucking hard. That shit hit so hard. I love me some Cash Doll. But the fact that fans are making it about whether Nicki, that's why you'll never get a Nicki feature. Fuck, Cash Doll don't need a Nicki feature. She'll need the feature. She's doing good without any feature. She's good. I like her how she is. So yes, I agree with you. It is the fan base. It's like, first of all, we shouldn't be idolizing no celebrity like that at all. You shouldn't. I remember I was in that phase and I had to get the fuck out of that. That's so demonic to be idolizing people like that. I don't idolize nobody. You shouldn't be idolizing people like that. That don't even fucking know you. Question, what do you think about the head shaving incident? I definitely thought it was crazy, but when it was happening, I didn't think of her having a mental breakdown. I thought that she was mad at the paparazzi for wanting to take pictures of her all the time. And so she shaved her head so she wouldn't look appealing. And then I started reading the stories about her kids. During that time, I'm like, oh my God, what's great. But she was still making music and still doing shows and stuff. So I didn't think she was crazy, but she talks about it in the 22-minute clip where she says the same thing. She didn't think it was a crazy moment in time, but because of that, they wanted to commit her. That was the moment that they decided that she was supposed to be committed. Meg does look good, edible. And I'm saying stallion in terms of height. I ain't trying to be nasty, but she's a stallion. You know, she's tall. That's attractive. They understood the assignment. Surely did. WAP, that's what it is. When they did the WAP record, which is a hit record, to me. I feel that when female rappers come on the scene, they were already labeled as a threat to male rap artists. Oh wow. Definitely sounds like beef sector people. I beg to differ. Female rappers have always been pegged against each other. I agree. Nicki isn't a girl's girl. No, she's not. Nicki is you play by my rules. Even when she do her own candid moments, I always be like, you're a little too mean, Nicki. Why you be so mean? You know, even to her own people. Come here, fix this camera. And he'd be like, damn, she really be like that, you know. A little grace, a little poise, and be a little softer and nicer, but I guess that's the persona she wants to put out in the world. I couldn't see that every day, you know, being mean like that. Yeah, Cash Doll is that shit. Yeah, she is. I will always say the worst thing to happen to artists are stands, not just Nicki, but across the board. Delusional stands will always be so dramatic and unnecessary. Yeah. Yes, they will. Who else got some crazy? Madonna has crazy stands. They came after me because I said something years ago about her face. She looked like she's transformed into an animal or something like that. Baby, they tore my ass up. I didn't give a fuck. Okay, and she does look like she's transformed into. Have you seen Madonna in on makeup? At the time they had showed a picture of her face. I'm like, why is her nose so raised? I don't know if y'all saw American Horror Story, the last episode. That's how Madonna gives that tease. And that's all I'm gonna say. Hey, Miss Human Hysteria, it's good to see you. Yeah, so they was together, Meg and Caresha. Now, y'all get into this little who gonna play the top, who gonna play the bottom. See, yeah, I'm gonna play it for y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it. Cause see, now y'all know damn well, had this been Two men sitting down on a couch, a gay and a straight. Y'all, why is straight gay men always pushing up on straight men? What's going on? Why y'all always gotta be gay? Why everything gotta be sex? Wait. Hold on. I got a point to prove. Why everything gotta be so sexual? I mean, every time I see gay men, they ain't talking about nothing but sex. All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. I don't know why I be like this, y'all. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, I was gonna take you out after this anyway.
Okay, let's see this side. So okay, you like girls?
I mean, I like what I like. I like you.
You do?
I do.
You'll fuck me.
Would you say it like that?
Because would you fuck me?
Yeah, I would.
So who on top?
Me.
Ah.
It's definitely giving top. You know that.
Okay, I'll be a bottom for you. Yeah.
Oh, definitely would top both of them. Y'all see that? I like the chemistry. I thought it was cute for her show. I'm glad they had a chance to hang out before this because it sort of gave them a good vibe on her show. I think she should continue doing interviews like this. It's a good lick for her. See, it shows her in a different light. Beehive is wild, baby. You can't say nothing about even Beehive attacks celebrities. When you know you're at that point where your fan base can knock a celebrity down. To this day, Kid Rock has never been able to rebound. Kid Rock has never been able to rebound. Madonna looks frightening. Oh, I can't imagine her up like in person. You'd be like, girl, what the? I'm not gonna say that about Lil' Kim. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is a queen. She is a hip hop legend. I would say, one of the first most mainstream female rappers. So I just say leave it at that. I'm not doing that today. To everyone this morning, the Bush is about to walk my bitches. Okay, I'm about to be next. What I'm saying in the rap game, we can have several successful male rap artists, but at one time we could only have one female mega rap star. Yeah, that's true. They all look like cat women. Yes, it's something about that perching of the nose to look like you got a snout in the middle. I don't know. Is that the European style? That is not attractive to me at all. Girls always do that. Who gonna play top? Who gonna play bottom? I'm grabbing my pearls. Let's all don't forget sex sells. Ding, 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 ding. Is that why? Oh, wow. Not only does it sell, does it get viewed? Does it captivate? Is it captivating? Wow, no wonder Madonna is scared to grow old. Poor Tink Tink. But she ain't doing it well. I mean, there's some women whose plastic surgery sometimes look good. Like there was a point where Kris Jenner's plastic surgery looked good. Now she just looked like she's always either crying, like stuck in that face mode. Black China's another one. She, starting to look a little ridiculous, Whew, every time I think of Black China, I think of Tony, her mother. That woman there, they pull that face back too tight. Let that shit go. I know you got a headache. Madonna fighting to stay young instead of aging gracefully. Ain't that what's wrong with aging gracefully? That video of Lil' Kim. Y'all not going. You not. I can't do the Lil' Kim hate train. Maybe I remember I put somebody out my car over arguing with me about Nicki versus Lil' Kim. I said, "Bitch, you can get the." We was going at it, and it was because he thought he was going to embarrass me because he had an audience in the back seat. We was going at it toe for toe, and I was like, "You can get out, pull it right on over it." He said my real name. Are you serious? You serious right now? I'm like, I'm whole fucking serious. I don't know who the fuck you think you yelling at, bitch. I said what the fuck I said. The bitch is washed up. I was just going in, and it was just a rat. Let's face it, we sometimes go overboard. The men, okay, Mr. Carruthers, we might. All right, y'all, let's move on to this next one. So before we talk about Wendy Williams being out and about in public, let's get into her son. So the accusation was that Wendy Williams' son, Kevin, 22, was charged $100,000 to his mom's Amex card, and that was the reason her accounts were frozen. You remember her accounts went frozen, and there was fraudulent activity on her accounts, which caused her bank, I don't know, her wealth manager to have her account shut down. And so they're saying sources close to the former daytime talk show are saying that her son ran up a huge tab on her dime in the months before Wendy's brokerage accounts, with supposed millions of dollars were frozen in January. They're saying Kevin Jr. spent around $100,000 on Wendy's personal American Express card. This was her own Amex specifically. And they're saying that the card that Kevin used was different than the card Wendy's manager had used to hire attorney Karen Wolf. And Kevin was demanding that Wendy's advisor pay the bill instead of Wendy. And so they had all of this back and forth, which caused her to leave that bank and not have access to her account. She didn't get online access to her accounts. And so we're here. So this came out in the U.S. Sun. This source is lodging this complaint. Well, Wendy Williams' son came back out to basically say that this is a false narrative, that he did not spend any money out of her account. Now, y'all, we got to pay attention to exactly what they say. So here's exactly what he said, okay? Because there's some truth and some truth and some truth. So the Atlanta Black Star reports that Hunter is using Williams' Express card in an unauthorized manner. And so he came out to say that I vehemently deny any allegations of, here's the key word, unauthorized use of my mother's American Express card. This is a false narrative perpetuated to justify freezing her accounts. He said unauthorized use. That's the word that'll be held up in court and litigation. And so did she give him authorization to use those cards? And then you took it upon yourself to deem these transactions fraudulent because he used her card? Did you go to the store and get video camera footage to show that it was not Wendy, it was him? Like, how far and how invested were you in these transactions? So it does sound like her wealth manager did trump up some claims on Wendy or overly exaggerate what actually went on for her to be frozen out of her accounts. Do I feel like Kevin was using her card, charging $100,000? I feel like he was using her card. I don't know for how much, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yes, I do think he was using her card. I don't think that was, and I think that Wendy Williams wanted access to her account so she could see what the fuck was going on. Okay, so he using that. All right. I don't, but I think there's some truth here, but I don't think that was the reason that got them to the point where they wanted to freeze those accounts. I think that wealth manager had more behind the scenes conversation with Debmar Mercury and those folks about Wendy's access to that money. And I think that's where we landed with that situation. So that was my opinion on it. What do you all think? Period. DJ Will, Colin Kaepernick had a baby. Oh my God, that's right. Him and his beautiful wife, they look so much alike to me. The both with the nose. Oh my God, what did they have? A boy or a girl? Child, they pulling straws at this point, because isn't she suing them for freezing her accounts? Yes. Didn't it further come out that he was using it to pay Wendy's bills and paying for her needs? Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do think there was some truth to her. Yeah, because he said that he had to use the card to pay for something that the attorney then said, no, that wasn't the card that was used. It was another card. You're right. They are fucking reaching. Yes, and please make sure y'all hit the like button. Please hit the like button. He is pretty much handling all his mama's affairs at this point. From what people are saying, he's taking her to appointments, making sure her bills, stuff is paid, and overall being her caregiver. So that would permit him to some level of authorization on using her card. Oh, poor Wendy. She's going to be in this shit for a minute. They haven't said it yet. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stay tuned. Go ahead, Colin. Now, Wendy Williams was spotted out. My God. And she was spotted out looking disheveled, disoriented, and appears to buy cigarettes and liquor in a disturbing late night video. So I wanted to play a little bit of this video. Oh my, one thing I noticed is that her legs and her feet are stronger. She's moving around. But she definitely didn't want the cameras to see her buying liquor. So she got into her cab and had the cabman go into the store and buy her liquor as he dropped her off. She definitely wanted to pick up her cigarettes. I think that given how she used to be on the show and so wanting to, got the wigs, I'm dressed up, look at my shoes, look at how I'm looking, and then to see her like this out in public, in my mind, it makes me think that this is a part of her coping with what's going on by feeling like she is dazzling herself up. Because I was looking at it like, wow, I know people may go through some of the same things that she's gone through, but she has her legs out there. Like, whoa, I was not expecting for her to have her legs out there the way she did. I'm not, hey, do what you want. Don't let me be the person to, but ain't no way. Check this video out.
Wendy. When is in your show, Wendy? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wendy, how's everything? How's it coming?
She out there doing handling her business. You can't be mad at her for wanting to go get her a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of Kettle One vodka. Can't be mad at her. I just was very shocked how she stepped out. Now, she's getting blasted all over everywhere because they're saying she looks disheveled and all of this stuff. And I'm like, well, she had the wherewithal to get in a fucking cab. She didn't drive herself or have some ratchet ass friend like Jason Lee or something come pick her up. She just did it on her own. So you got to give the woman some kind of kudos and credit. I'm just shocked she went out there with them, her legs out like that. Like, damn, mama. Like, whoa, you trying to get people to have you talked about and all of that shit. It is sad. I really think that Wendy will protect her son, and they're jealous because they don't have complete control. That's part of it. I do think they want complete control. That looks sad. Yeah, I just was like, if I took $10 out of my mother's account, she would know it. 100,000. Oh my God. Right. Very sad. I wonder how Kevin Sr. feels knowing he was the undoing of her, all that emotional trauma caused the spiraling of her health. It has to weigh on him in some shape, some form. It has to weigh on his conscience. Like, damn, and I know she's definitely still hurt by it. It's probably be a long process for her to get out of that hurt. She does look a little lonely. She does. She does look stronger. At one point she needed, right. That's what I'm saying. Her legs must be strong. She must be able to be strong. A cab and no driver. I guess she was like, look, I don't want nobody in my business. I want to go get a pack of cigarettes and some vodka. Or maybe they don't want her drinking. And so the driver was told not to take her to a liquor store. I'll be thinking about all that kind of shit. Celebrities got to be sneaky too. They got to be real sneaky. Paparazzi's going to get you one way or the other. Hey, wait, ain't that Brandy's brother? She needs help. It's obvious she has mental challenges. Delusional. I just really want her to kick off the Wendy experience. Girl, get it popping. Do what you do best, because I think part of that is her therapy. Getting that energy back. Getting that love back. Receiving that, you know what I mean? Like, Wendy, all of that is therapeutic, for someone like Wendy who's been in the limelight for so long. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if she get on Wendy experience, let us get you back, baby. You're gonna get the love that you need, and you'll be back out here, feeling stronger than ever. But yeah, when you take a toll, you get depressed and you don't want to do things like you used to anymore, but you got to fight out of it, girl, fight out of it. And you got this case on you. So there's a lot of things on her at this moment, but I do think she needs to come out here and be the media personality that we want. I was gonna say mediality. The thing is strange to me. She doesn't have one female friend. Won't film up to dress her. Well, you know, her and Nene are friends now. That's so cool. She went out on her own, but her legs are her trademark and she still wants to show them. You think her, oh yeah, they were her trademark. I don't think she has friends. When I watched her show, it seemed her life revolved around the two Kevins and her mother solely. Never really heard her mention friends. And she was always like, I'm going home to make dinner and do that's in the third. Or I went outside to grab my garbage can and I saw my neighbor. You know, she really didn't. And anytime she was in the media with a friend, it was purely a PR stunt. Like, you know, wait a minute. Listen. Woo. And so it gets me going back to Wendy is going to take a very hit on September 12th when Sherry's new show comes on, and we don't know who the guest is yet. We don't know how it's going to pop, but when all the attention is going to be on Sherry during her time, I just hope Wendy has somebody around her that'll hug the fuck out of her and tell her, give her that, bitch, fuck her, fuck that. I wish I could be there. I'll be sitting there the whole time. You see this? What the fuck they got on her? That's the wrong fucking angle. Why the camera panning from left to right? They need to go from top to bottom. You see Wendy? Like, she needs that kind of energy around her so that she could feel that, like, you know, it's sort of like bigging you up, you know, like, girl, you could easily, and sadly enough, it's like either she pushed them away or she doesn't have it. And she damn sure need to keep Tommy, her brother, far the fuck away from her. Don't tell him a motherfucking thing. And I recommend her lie to him. Tell him she got a book coming out tomorrow. Because he, to me, he's looking for a moment in her whole crazy saga. Like, he wants to be the shining knight in armor. Like, I'm here to save my sister. Where the fuck you was 4 or 5 years ago, nigga? You couldn't do all of this shit behind closed doors. We need to hear and see you now. Like, get your ass out of here. Well, now them legs look like. Listen, see, I was not trying to do that. That's why on the thumbnail, I tried to show as little bit of the legs as much. I'm like, damn, Wendy, who got you from your front door to the lobby, from the lobby to the girl? You really must have thought you was getting away. Like, ain't nobody's gonna catch them legs. At least a new sheer stocking would have been sufficient. But again, I don't know what kind of struggle she's going on, and maybe that's part of her therapy, going out just feeling like I'm that bitch, I'm that girl. She will always say she goes home into the show. She didn't do much outside of her husband and child. She lost herself within that marriage. Even though she is the Wendy Williams, depression is a motherfucker, and she will bounce back. She just needs to write. Yes, it is. Depression is a bitch, and not just therapy. Sometimes it's your whole complete environment. Sherry show will probably last 2 seasons. When I tell you, they already have the boycott Sherry Shepherd hashtag going on Twitter. I'm like, somebody, just one comment, but got under my tweet when I tweeted my video out on Twitter saying that evil is going to come to Sherry. I said, damn, hashtag boycott Sherry Shepherd. And I clicked the hashtag. I'm like, y'all really out here on this boycott Sherry Shepherd. It's really a little movement. So it'll be interesting to see. Hide all the sharp objects with Sherry. I'm telling you, baby, sit her in a whole room, no alcohol. Damn, I hope her son around. I wonder if let me not say that, I might be rude, but be like getting high together. I think Jennifer Hudson show will be a flop too. Yeah, I agree. I think her time came and gone. I felt like they waited too long to premiere that show. They should have been put her on the air, because she's going to definitely compete with Sherry Shepherd. Their style, you know. Jen Hudson want to be transformational, these big stories, and Sherry Shepherd wants to do the same thing but more funny and Ellen type, you know. And it's like, how much of this transformational shit? We want some messiness on, you know. We want that Wendy Williams void. So we'll see. Tree chunks with real bark on them. Oh, Sherry Shepherd needs to be a part of an ensemble. I agree, because she can then be that funny part of the ensemble cast. I agree. Ellen. I think Ellen is gone. Ellen is gone. A lot of the late night talk shows have gone too. Jennifer who? I forgot about her. Yeah, I always go back to it's so mysterious how all her family got slayed like that. That is just so I was in Chicago when that happened. I'm just sitting there thinking like, damn, wow. I always go back to that. That shit is just amazing to me. All right, so now I don't really pay too much attention to the Real Housewives franchise. And in a couple of weeks, we're gonna have somebody come on and just do a dump of all things Real Housewives, and we get to talk to them. They're a huge watcher of all the franchises, and I asked them to come on, so they're gonna give us some time in a couple of weeks, and so we'll be into all of that. But I recently paid attention to this. So Garcelle and her son, she posted a statement on Instagram from her son, and the gist of it was her son was being attacked by white women on social media, and he was basically saying that he did not want that. So what he's saying is, it is currently my first week of high school, and instead of enjoying it like most kids at my school, I have to deal with being attacked on social media. I did not sign up for this show, nor do I have anything to do with the show's drama. I just want to be a normal kid. The constant support from everyone makes it much more tolerable. Then he goes on to say, however, middle-aged women spamming me with racist and crude comments about my family is not what I expected for my first week of high school. And so many people have come to the defense of Garcelle. A lot of people are wondering, like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And so, I'm not really, I don't really pay too much attention to it. But when I, kind of got down to the nitty gritty of it, it all stemmed from this incident where in the show, and I'm going to play the clip, there was a party for Erica Jane. And I guess the son Jax came into the party and he was trying to get some flowers off the table or something. And she says, get the fuck out of here or something like that. Now, I would have definitely went the fuck off. Who the fuck are you talking to? Don't talk to my child like that. Bitch, you drunk. You got to be high too. Is it mushrooms over there? You are hallucinating. Don't talk to my child like that. But I think it poured. I think the people wondering like, wow. I think a lot of fans took that and was like, wow, why did she do that? But on that opposite side, I think there were a lot of folks who were like, well, wait, it's a show. Why y'all mad at her? So I think that was the buildup of a lot of the attacks at Jax in that episode, because of the fact that he was the result of Erica Jane receiving backlash in that moment. But I'm gonna play this clip for you all so you all can tell me what you think. And I already know my video ain't gonna be monetized. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm doing this for me. I like chit-chatting and talking to y'all, having a good old time. I ain't, it is what it is. Why I always be sharing the wrong screen. All right, let's share the right screen, sir. All right. Because some of y'all might not watch the show, so I want y'all to see what I saw too. So, did I write the timestamp down for this?
I cannot wait for more Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Because
What are you doing here? Shut out of here. Don't come out of here. Oh my God, listen to these ladies. Just out of here before you get in trouble.
I'm violated for grabbing flowers. What do you mean? Who violated you? The flowers. She was like, "What are you doing here?" Out of here. I was like, "Damn." Erica said that to you. It's been grabbing flowers. Are you okay? Damn. Hold on. Erica, you hurt Jax's feeling. Don't talk to him like that. What? You said get the out of here, and that's not okay.
Jax, get over here. That's not okay. What? Wait, Garcelle, are you serious?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Hell yeah, he's serious. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. And forgive me, it was a party for Garcelle. That's how you know how much I don't watch the show. Thank you for that, Miss Toby. It was a party for Garcelle. It was for his mom, Garcelle, and Erica was just drunk. Then Erica tried to justify saying he's 16, and another castmate told her no, he's 14. Garcelle should have been snatched Erica up, baby. So when I watched the clip, I said, "Oh, they doing this on the show? They already?" I didn't know it was like this. I said I would have kicked that out of. And then she gonna say, "Jack, are you serious, Jax? Where your child at so I can tell him to get the fuck out of here? Are you serious? Are you kidding me?" And so I think all of that was the basis for this attack on the son. It's unfortunate that it would have to go to a racist fact because the boy does not even look like he's he definitely appears biracial. So it was shocking that he would be lodged with a lot of those. I assume his mother would be, but it goes to show you, it don't matter how much black you got in you. As long as you got 1%, you can be targeted and you can be attacked. Now, what middle-aged women, I'm just trying to think, like, what would you have to say to him? What is there to say to him that justifies, you shouldn't even have to, there's really nothing for you to say. Take that shit up with Erica and Garcelle. So I felt bad for him. You know, he's in school. I'm sure he has a lot of, a diverse population of students, white kids, black kids. And now he has to deal with this. It's very public. I can only imagine how awkward it is, and it has to be. I feel like Garcelle should have definitely been a little bit more like ho. But I feel now, as I think about it, it would have probably been even more scrutiny for her son. Like, it'd have been more people attacking him. So I don't know. Do you all think she did the right thing, or do you think she should have said something? She should have snatched her ass up? Yeah. This is the same episode where Erica asked Garcelle's older son for a 3-way with his baby mama. Keep in mind he's married. Oh, Erica trying to make some money. Didn't she have to turn over some jewelry or some shit? That's why I don't watch. I'm over here like, what? I think Garcelle didn't react the way we would, because they would have classed her ass as an angry black. Oh, you think she would have got that title? That other cast member, Diana, I think is her name, is the one fingers are being pointed at regarding hiring the trolls. Other children of the show are experiencing similar things. It's so odd. Isn't he biracial? Is her son? Her son's father is a black man. Correct me if I'm wrong. She should have made an example out. I would have definitely on that show. That'd have been her moment right there. She'd have came away from that with sayings, t-shirts, all kind of shit. She should have ate her ass up, baby. Yep, that husband. She went those emails. That's what I thought, because I remember seeing it when she first come on. Just wanted to see how she looked on the show, and I thought she did a very good job on season 1. She wasn't too messy. She was very classy, but now it's being lodged at her. So I remember that. My mouth dropped when she said that. Woo. Do you think that Erica owes her son an apology on the reunion? Do you all think that will clear this up or make it better? Or do you still feel like Garcelle still need to check her ass at the reunion? Because I could see this becoming a topic, and one or two things. Garcelle checks her and it becomes a bigger situation, or Erica just says, you know what? I apologize if it came off that way. Do you think she'll even do that? I feel like she should apologize for it, but if it was on a different show, I think she still would have got her ass cursed out. Absolutely owes him an apology. Yes. Well, I'm gonna be staying tuned. I gotta keep checking this shit out, because that was interesting. That might be a door into the show, because I was like, whoa, I saw that. Now we gotta watch this. We gotta get into this next story. So now, real briefly, I know y'all heard the little clip that's been going viral of Jennifer Halton in the Kenneth Petty case, where she's out here saying that she asked the judge to dismiss it willingly. And so she basically of her recanting her husband's sexual assault accusation in the viral footage. Now, here's the viral footage that went viral. And we're going to talk about its authenticity and whether or not Nicki Minaj's folks had something to do with it.
Perjury is when you lie under oath, and regardless if I made a statement or I didn't make a statement, that is the reason why I stood up in court and I said, when a judge asks, like, yo, does anybody have anything to say before he is sentenced? I stood up and I said, Your Honor, I'm the person who pressed the charges. I would like to drop the charges. I made a huge mistake.
Wow.
This was like, I'm in court in front of his family, in front of friends, in front of everybody. Like, what? Perjury is when you lie under oath.
So,
regardless, if I made a statement.
That's the footage that went out. Well, her lawyer basically released a statement saying that this is old and heavily edited. And of course, messy ass Jason Lee couldn't wait to reach out to the lawyer to first interview her for this story, but she was too busy at the time. But he did release the text messages, and it says that she, of course, in court will call once I leave. And then he said, do you still rep Jennifer? And she goes on to say, yes, I do. The video clips online are old, heavily edited clips between Jennifer and Black. Nicki's team should post the entire conversation and not just snippets. We are not worried. In fact, the Queen's DA is in the process of compiling over 200 pages of documents stemming from the 94-95 rape hearing and conviction, which we will use in our civil case against Kenneth. And so now we're back here again. And so a lot of people saying Nicki's team released this and it's heavily edited and there's no there. And, you know, Nicki hasn't said anything about it, but they did catch Nicki liking the post. And so people saw that she liked the heavily redacted video, so that she is aware it's out there. My opinion, Nicki, leave this shit alone, baby. Don't see it, don't think about it. That shit is beneath you. That's not you need to stay far away from that, whatever's going on in that. And if your team is behind that, get the fuck away from it. I don't know why it is so important for you to navigate this man getting out of it publicly. If you're gonna do anything, do that shit privately. You are the celebrity, you are the artist, not that man. Don't like shit, don't post shit, don't even mention it, don't do none of that shit, because they're gunning after you. And you know, you sort of on a incline right now in your career. You know, people listening to you. You just got an award. You know, you putting out songs. You just put out a reggae song a day or so ago. I like that joint too. So what are we doing here? Well, you know, messy ass Jason Lee could not wait to trash Nicki Minaj. So here's what he had to say about this entire situation. Check this out. This old Jason, you just messy. You're messy.
Nothing you put out from this day forward will ever chart #1. You will never see another #1 again. Your career has Stevie Wonder's eyes. Stevie Wonder can see better than the future does for your #1. You will never see one. Because God will not bless miserable ass, hating ass, negative ass people. To be in the rap game, you're an old woman. You're 39 years old. Yes, I'm 45, but I look better than your career at this point. People are still paying you because you have social media followers and you have a terrorist group as a fan base, and all they do is sit up and suck their thumb and hang on your pussy all day long. All you got to do is say, you're like the Kim Jong-un of rap. You fucking launch missiles at every female that you're threatened by. You are threatened. Nothing you.
So he back and bumping his gums and running his gums. Okay, Risa, thank you for coming through too. Thank you for coming through. And thank you, Mr. Carruthers, for coming through. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, I agree. To a different show, I believe Garcelle. She would have. Jason Lee just out here bumping his gums, going off. So that's what he had to say about it. Yes, wow, he really went there. And so that's what he had to say about the entire situation. Now he got himself caught up in some shit also. So y'all remember, Jason Lee is the media correspondent for Kanye. He handles all of Kanye's media arm. I guess Kanye wants to start this whole media arm now. And so he ended up going live on Twitter Spaces with the intent of probably talking shit about Nicki Minaj and everybody else. And instead of him launching it on his page, he sent that tweet out on Kanye's page. And he felt like egg in his fucking face. And I was sitting there like, that's what your ass get. Now, Ye, take heed to this shit. You talking about Adidas rubbing off, trying to take your brand and stealing your shit? Because y'all know he in a battle with Adidas. They are copying his brand left and right, even though he has a partnership with them. And Gap is doing the same fucking thing. Gap is now releasing hoodies that look just like Yeezys, and they're selling them cheaper right next to his stuff, which is the reason I found out why he wants his stuff in laundry bags on the floor. He don't want none of his merchandise hanging on hangers next to other folks' stuff. He wants his stuff completely separate. Ain't no more of that copy of shit. So he's currently in battle with Adidas. But anyway, so Ye, pay attention. He's trying to tweet to your followers to come and listen to his shit. So they caught folks who were in the room, caught a little clip of when he realized that he made a fucking mistake. And I was just sitting there like, that's what his ass fucking get. I'm so glad. I'm so fucking glad. Check this one out. My computer.
Somebody said Kanye West just tweeted this out. And
What?
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
My mentions are going off. I'm
Oh.
surprised I didn't see you getting. I didn't see anything about you today. That's funny.
Hold on. Oh, shit. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna end this.
Got your ass caught up, right? While you talking shit about everybody else, you out here fucking around with your own clients, you messy ass. I just feel like Jason Lee is so messy. So messy. Hey, good morning, Janae. Good morning, Doreen is blessed. Good morning. It's good to see you. Happy Monday. That's what his ass get. I don't feel bad for him at all. Now, I know everybody heard what's been going on with Lizzo. And it's funny because I said to myself, there's a couple of celebrities that I definitely know I want to go live with some shit going on with them. Kanye West, Lizzo, Boosie, Nicki. It's a lot of different celebrities. So Aries Spears basically came out and called Lizzo the shit emoji. And I just was like, wow, what a bold statement to come from somebody that looks like you. Like, dog, you call her the shit emoji? And so listen to what he's going to say. Again, I'm not even worried about, copyright or anything like that. I want y'all to hear this shit because I was very stunned by the fact that somebody that looked like him had this to say.
Yo, you know somebody that actually make good music, man?
Lizzo?
Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like, as a songwriter, yo.
I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. She's got a very pretty face, but she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world, but I still, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble. You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy. And
are you kidding me? Bruh, you probably pay for the pussy you get. I don't think there's a woman that'll come out in public and say, yeah, Aries is my man. There's a difference between willing and paying for it. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, everybody will open this dick out here for days. Niggas will fuck anything. What you mean, bitches? The fuck you? Are you twisted? You are not attractive on your best day, even when you try to look good. So then of course, the backlash came. Folks came to her support. Mike Epps even came to her support by saying that he looked dirty and sick and has not been on TV since Mad TV, which I agree. Well, he brought his old ugly ass back out here to respond to the backlash. And he called himself trying to, vogue and be gay and do, be down with the girls on Break My Soul on that song. I'm sitting here looking like I can't stand folks who just have that kind of arrogance about themselves that they can just say anything that they want to and just feel like the hypocrisy of the state of the alternative of the other person. Who the fuck do you think you are? So check his old greasy face ass in the bed. Who is happy to wake up next door to you? Like who? Ugh. Look at him. Look at him in the bed. This is him in the bed, y'all.
What up, your boy Aries Spears? I had to put the Yankee on for this one. Listen, I know I'm trending right now because of the Lizzo joke. And I just want to say, man, a lot of you women are funny, with the critiques. I ain't funny. I'm fat, unattractive. No woman wants me. They always try to hurt you with what works for you the most. That's what they try to hurt. That's like you break up and you go, that's why you got a little wee-wee and you can't screw. But you've been with him for years. I'm 32 years in this game and I ain't funny. I'm 32 years in this game and I ain't never got no meow. That's hilarious. Y'all don't deal in logic and sense. You deal in emotion and anger. Come with something that's not subjective. Me being unfunny, unattractive, that's not a fact. That's subjective. Stop leading with emotion and anger and come with facts. You heard me? DM me for the link to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. And if there's any women out there that want to give me some meow for some of this, holla at me. Yo, what up? It's your boy Aries Spears.
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I'm telling everybody.
Are you kidding me? Look at it. Look at him. Look at him. That's what you call an unfiltered privilege. Like, don't come out here on that just because you think because you're a male that you're entitled to talk any kind of way you are. That shit blew the fuck out of me. I'm sitting here like, here you are, ugly. Like, I don't even like calling people ugly. I say, you don't look good to me, but with everybody else and taking them into mind, you might be attracted to somebody else. No, nigga, you're not attractive. And I'm so glad Lizzo sort of clapped back at his ass. And so she came back out on, I'm not going to play that, but she was on the MTV VMA Awards and she sort of gave her award and shit. And she was saying how people want her to clap back at certain people talking shit about her in the media. But the best way she knows how is she showed her award and was like, continue winning, keep winning. And I say, that's absolutely the best way. Keep winning. I have not heard or seen anything from him. And he's saying, I haven't been funny. You've been funny, but you're not that funny. And certainly you aren't funny anymore. So when people say you aren't funny, don't take it as they're talking about in general. No, nigga, you know what the fuck they're saying. You ain't that funny, nigga. You ain't on no top 10 film. We haven't seen Aries Spears out here. You cute for Mad TV. Yeah, you a puppet. You funny. You cute for that. You wasn't on Saturday Night Live like that. So, and then the whole, act like I don't get pussy. Who cares? Let's be honest. Nobody checking for you. You ain't the top of somebody's coochie list. He not the top number one. Who gets wet off of Aries? Let's be for real. You know exactly what they were saying. You scumbag. Look like shit. He looked like the tea bag. The little tea bag? He looked like the bottom of that. Nigga, you ain't all of that now. Let's fall back and chill. Fuck wrong with you, doesn't he? Boosie, he always cracks me up too. Yes. Miss Toby, get the fuck, if he don't look at him though, right? Like, bruh, you scared, you look scary. Oh my God, he got some nerves. He was hanging around my bowl this morning, period. Now he talking about somebody like a shit emoji. You got some motherfucking nerve. The nerves in the world. Who sway? A cornball. Ugh. Some can't get a whiff, period. The fuck? Are you kidding me? He needs to take a fluid pill. He need to be on a water diet. Stop. His face shaped like the shit emoji. Period. Fuck the body, nigga. You talking about her face is pretty. Well, yours is not. She got you already. We don't need to move further. The fuck? And even in your prime, as I go back to when you look smaller in Mad TV days, you weren't like, I mean, if you was throwing a coin across the room and it was a heavy coin, yeah, I still would question. Did you shower today? But you know what I'm saying? Don't give it like you the shit. You certainly ain't at Lizzo's level in her career as she is right now. You're not worldwide like that. That's that inside in, outside ugly. Yes, totally ugly on the inside. Totally. Who get wet for Aries? Who? Let's be for real. I'm a whole gay man. I tell you nothing about that man. Nothing. Fucking asshole. So speaking of, I know this was a little dated topic, but I wanted to talk about it. So P Valley blows, of course, star Nico Anand blows off Plies, Lil Duval criticism. They're part of clickbait culture. So I don't know if you all caught wind of Plies when he made his comment on Twitter about, you know, he was watching P Valley and baby, check this shit out. I'm sitting here looking like, look at all of these men just slowly but surely trying to come out this closet. And it's like, we over here waiting with our arms up, like, come on, come over. It's okay. This man literally had the gauze to say he was traumatized by what he saw on P Valley, but knew all the characters, knew the entire scene more than I did. Because, you know, I'm still now getting used to P Valley. Shout out to Tony Bryce. So I'm sitting here looking like, okay, wow. So check out what Plies had to say. Now, you know, if anybody is batting on the team, Plies is on the field. Plies is out there. We got him up to bat. He just don't want to cross over with all that fake teeth in his damn mouth.
Motherfucking traumatized more, I think, but I was seeing this shit all on social media, hashtag P Valley and all this shit. So I kept seeing it. So I asked motherfuckers, I said, man, what the fuck is P Valley? So they said, man, it's a show about goddamn strip club. So me being motherfucker love strip club, I said, when I get some time, I'm gonna watch that. I'm sitting in motherfucking bed.
Hold up, real quick, before we even continue. How many people, when you ask them about P Valley, they just say it's just a show about strip clubs? How many people also add the other layer? And when I say other layer, you know exactly what I mean. How many other people use other descriptive words? No, I never heard nobody just say it's just about strip club. I've always heard, you know, it's a show about strip clubs. They got gays on there. They have transsexuals on there. I always hear those additional descriptors. So I'm sitting here looking like, okay, so he was just told you that it was about strip club and you was ready to go. Oh, okay.
Just flipping through the channel and boom, I see motherfucking P Valley. I said, oh shit, it was a motherfucking show right here. So I see a nigga on stage in the strip club, you know, buff ass nigga. They ain't got no motherfucking shirt on or nothing. He performed. It's them Lil Murder. He motherfucking performed. 7 pounds of pressure. Crowd. 7 pounds of pressure. Crowd. I said, God damn, motherfucking Lil Murder, motherfucking gangster. So I go to the motherfucking bathroom and come back. And I see motherfucking 7 pounds of pressure. He in the motherfucking bed with 300 motherfucking pounds of pressure. He in the motherfucking bed with motherfucking Uncle Clifford. I said, no, shit. I said, well, motherfucker should have gave me a tutorial. I'm thinking motherfucking P Valley. Stand for motherfucking Pussy Valley or something. But boy, there ain't no motherfucking pussy on motherfucking P Valley. Then I see goddamn Lil Murder come in the club. And I see goddamn Uncle Clifford seeing and looking at him like he a little motherfucking T-bone steak or something. And I think her name motherfucking Mercedes. She see motherfucking Uncle Clifford just staring at him. So she walk over to motherfucking Uncle Clifford and I, Uncle Clifford, that's you, ain't it? Motherfucking Uncle Clifford tell her to come in the bite. He take a bite there and spill the motherfucking bean. And then here come motherfucking Lil Murder. He motherfucking crying. Uncle Clifford trying to tell him to get on the motherfucking bus and go to work. But he just sitting there crying like a motherfucking baby because all he want to do is just stay there and run up and motherfucking Uncle. I say no, this shit too much. The motherfucker Uncle Clue say, take your hand to work. All you want to do is sit here and run up at me all motherfucking day. P Valley, I wish y'all know much success, motherfucking Black Power, but boy, I can't watch no more.
And we thank you for that. We hope you stick to that. We hope you don't watch any more of it. That's a promise and a guarantee. We hope so. In general terms, what bothers me is that people who don't like something, don't like it in their soul, they are some of the most vocal folks about that area. And I always go back to, I don't like, it's sort of like me with things I don't like. I don't necessarily talk about them. I don't preach about them. I don't engage with them. I just walk away. It's not a conversation for me to come out publicly and say, y'all, let me tell you, I was over here, and I saw it in it. It's because it's something I don't like. So what am I sharing it for? Why is that a part of my history? And I see that oftentimes across the board. People are always talking about, I don't like the gays, or I don't like this, that, and the third. But every time you hear something from them, it's something about gay people. I told Boosie, you're going to run into the issue where every time people stop you, they have a conversation, they have a question for you about gays, because that's how you've built your dialogue. That's what your thing is. And so he's so critical and vocal about this. So Uncle Murder, he was recently interviewed, and shout out to her. She basically had a very good conversation with J. Alphonse Nicholson, and he talked about this moment. And so I wanted to play this moment. Love someone.
It's like on viral.
Yes, I saw that.
Plies kind of talking about how he was traumatized from the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because he knew every character's name, knew exactly what they said. And so you wonder, it's like, are people traumatized? Are you confused? Or are you just scared to kind of accept maybe who you are, or accept those who around you are? It's like, where does that fear come from? Where does the confusion come from? And so that's kind of, I'm glad that these sex scenes have started that conversation, and those are the things that we didn't prepare for. You don't know what your work is going to do for people. But the confusion, the complexity of it, all the conversations that have been started, even the ignorance at times that people may have around it is, I'm glad that it's happening, and
I agree too. I'm glad it's happening too, because it really does expose, first of all, it's entertainment, so you don't talk about other entertainment that you enjoy. You don't come out here and, you don't lift up the other stuff, but out of all the shows you wanted to come share that your friend told you about, P Valley, are you looking for, so speaking of, are you looking for clickbait? Are you looking for somebody to pay attention to you? So Nico Anand came out and responded to this as well. And so let's check out what he had to say about it. What he has to say, it was so true, and I know I'm probably going to get, I don't think they flagged me, but I know that they,
that are around them, that are of the LGBT community, they have for a long time, and it's time that they have started to see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay,
I'm coming.
you gotta go.
I do.
Your co-star said that basically he said, are they traumatized by it, or are they just confused?
I don't think that they're confused or traumatized. I think it's just something that they say for clickbait.
Or then you don't think they're homophobic?
They could be. That's not my decision. I can't determine that. You know what I mean?
I mean, what do you say to people that think that there needs to be a gay advisory for gay sex?
I think that they're making that up. I've been looking at straight sex all my life on TV.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I think that we are in a time that you don't have to have you don't have to put people in these limited boxes. I've never met Plies and I've never met Little Duval, but they are artists. I don't censor what they say, what they rap about, I bounce to some of their music, but I also don't tolerate foolishness and ignorance.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a new day.
They're
It's a new day.
They're being foolish and ignorant.
No, I said I don't tolerate
Yeah.
foolishness and ignorance. And I said they were. They're
Are
expressing.
they?
I don't know. I've never
Yeah.
met them.
Yeah.
I know they're.
You see, she was trying to be messy. Are they? Are you? Are they? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But there was a lot of truth in his statement. That's not for us to say somebody is homophobic or anything, because they could be dealing with stuff. But the one thing that is important is to know that by you targeting this little segment of the world in your platform or whatever it is, it's definitely uncovering some layers. So you can never now say that you never saw a man on TV, these scenes, because you publicly said that you saw it. So your next form of hate on the LGBTQ community must be heightened. You must now be surprised by the next layer, because we now know that you've been exposed to it. So, and same thing with Boosie. It's like, okay, what's your next story, Boosie? Now, what are you scared that you've seen? Because you done saw everything on TV that you've complained about. And are you really doing this to complain, or is it getting you clicks and views, or are you trying to tell us something? And half the time for me, I feel like there's some experiences that some of these guys have been in, whether it was watching somebody else, seeing a porn, or seeing something, and it's afforded them this level of comfort to talk about it, but in a way that they think is not going to be alarming. Like, oh, y'all watch P-Valley. Like, people supposed to catch on, like, oh, he really, nigga, I'm looking at you like, oh, you watch P-Valley, so what else? Tell me, Plies, what else you seen in it? What else is going on in the show that you didn't like, or you did like? Was that the only scene that you saw that stood out? What else is there? So for me, it's just like, wow, okay, and I already told y'all, Plies, all you got to do is walk over, you with the teeth and all. Come on over. Traumatized or turned on? Turned on. Always men traumatized by men having a sexual relationship, but not when women having a sexual relationship. A man's world, way more permissible than, two men. I don't want to see that shit. Get that shit off TV. But let's go put two women on the couch and ask one woman if she's gonna bottom for the other woman. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, shit, that's cool. Okay. The voice does tell it all. If you ever heard him rap, it tells it all. Oh my God, his teeth. He is a nut. I have to admit, I've never watched P-Valley. I haven't either. I just recently started watching like some episodes of it. He's a fan. He's a fan, no dummy. He wanted to stay to be his true self. He's a fan, right? Black man, you are a fan. Just admit it. It's okay. You should be so comfortable in your sexuality, of you being a heterosexual male, that admitting that, oh yeah, that show was dope. You got Tank out here talking about, yeah, some men like to get their booty licked and ate and stuff like that. He's so comfortable in his sexuality that he says that. Now, whether that's to be debated, but he's comfortable enough to say that and deal with the repercussions. You want to make a fool out of it and just ultimately go to, oh, I'm a man and that was traumatizing. Child, if you don't get your traumatized by that ass out of here, are you kidding me? When you can just pick up your remote and turn. So you was continuously traumatized, but you kept watching it so much that you was able to come back and give us some details about what you saw. I don't know about you, but when I'm traumatized by something, I disengage. Like, it has to stop. It's not a continuous, especially when I'm in control of being traumatized. I'm not going to sit here and hold the remote to my traumatization. Who does that? Unless you was engaged in a story and you was either learning something that you didn't know or finding it entertaining. I don't know. That still is to be determined. I love this progressive Black man. Yeah, he is. He's dope. You talking about J. Alphonse? Yes. Make it make sense. Wow, two little men with issues. A fan for sure. Absolutely. And lastly, I don't know if you all saw the VMAs last night. It was okay. I enjoyed Nicki Minaj's run through of her top hits. I enjoyed Lizzo's performance. I like the fact that she used her own image cropped up and doing different dances in her background. I like that. What other performances did I like? JID and his song. Oh, I liked Fergie when she came out there with Jack Harlow on that song. I like that. So some of the winners were Bad Bunny was Artist of the Year. Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby won Best Hip Hop. Lizzo for About Damn Time, Video for Good, and Album of the Year, Harry Styles, Harry House. And so those were some of the awards. It was an interesting show. Check it out if you'd like to. And so that is all I have for you all. Please hit that like button. Replay gang, please make sure you hit that like button. Drop a comment, you all, and let me know what you think if you did not catch the live. And I will be back on Wednesday morning for local news, where we can get into a couple of things. I want to talk about how Arizona is now trying to repeal that whole law about them not allowing people to record police officers within 8 feet of the police officer. Remember we talked about that? And I said, how the fuck you gonna get away with that? Well, now all of a sudden they're making moves to advance legislation and pull that back, because clearly this the ACLU that's leading it, because clearly that's a violation. How you gonna tell me I can't record you within 8 feet and I gotta have the consent of the police officer? What police officer gonna consent to you recording them? Like, let's be real. You definitely trying to wrap some folks up, and I see racism all over that. But we're gonna save that for Wednesday. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. We're gonna be back with the morning lives this week. If you missed the show, I'll give you a little rundown of what we talked about. Shout out to Live Alkalines, the first Black-owned bottled water sold in Walmart. So if you're looking for a Black-owned business to support a bottled water, check your local Walmart, knowing that Live Alkaline is supported by this Black family who owned a Springs. We also talked about the young man who became the youngest boy to he was the youngest, if you catch it on the replay, he's the youngest pilot to receive his pilot's license, and it was a very inspiring story. So check that out. Also, we talked about how the White House started targeting GOP members by calling them their student loan plan unfair by blasting out tweets showing that how much of their PP loans were unforgiven. We also talked about Walmart's in their $4.4 million settlement, and after this guy was racially targeted. Make sure you check that one out, because clearly there's a lesson here for all of us if we feel like we're going through the same thing. Here's the man and his attorney. Shout out to him. We talked about the Florida cop who resigned after pointing a gun at the pregnant Black woman in front of her children. Check that out as well. We went into Nick Cannon is celebrating the announcement of his 10th child by Brittany Bell, which will be their third child together. I asked the question, is Usher the king of R&B? You all responded. Some said yes. You know who else? We threw out some other names. We talked about Britney Spears and her 22-minute audio that she recently released addressing the conservatorship. And baby, it was juicy. Again, if you want to catch the full thing, go to my Twitter page at King Roman News. I played a few clips of it, about a minute, 60 seconds of what I heard from it in this live. We also went on and talked about Meg and Caresha. They basically had a sit down on Caresha's new show, and it got real raunchy, but they also talked about some good things about Black female rappers in the industry and being, sort of pitted against each other if they collab with another one. We talked about Wendy Williams and the allegation that her son was the reason her accounts got froze because he charged up $100,000, and he basically came out and said that was false. We also talked about Wendy Williams, how she looks disheveled and disoriented. Poor Wendy. We talked about Garcelle and her son Jax and the comments that he received on social media and the comment that his mother released on her story. We talked about Kenneth Petty and the audio that was allegedly doctored up and leaked out of Jennifer Halton recanting her statement. Her lawyer coming out saying that's false. We talked about Kenneth Petty, Jason Lee coming after Nicki Minaj and saying she's too old and she's never going to get another number one. And in the same breath, he fucked up and tweeted out from Kanye West's Twitter account. We talked about the Aries Spears and Lizzo saga, where Aries Spears came out here clowning Lizzo for no reason when he is the clown. And then we also talked about P Valley and the stars, Nico Anand and J. Alphonse Nicholson, responding to Plies and his criticism of what he saw, saying that he was traumatized. Child, get out of here. And that was the show for today, you all. I thank you all for being here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back on Wednesday with local news. Until next time, deuces. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Woman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you.